It seems that the American people have taken a brief break from looking down at their phones to look up in search of balloons that may be floating over us. Or not. Who knows? It seems like a trivial issue when judged against what's happening in the world. Where were you when you heard the story this morning about the children, the missing children? 6,000 Ukrainian children shipped east by the Russian army across 43 different camps, as reported by the Washington Post's Missy Ryan. Where are the Ukrainian children? Where have they been taken? What do we know about them? Certainly, this is a war crime. It is against the United Nations Charter on Human Rights, and it is against the Geneva Conventions. Where are these children? Some have been forcibly adopted by Russian families. Their history, their culture, their language, their families' names will be eradicated as they are absorbed criminally into the Russian nation. Some of the children will be killed. Some will be badly damaged and scarred for life. Many will never see their homes and their parents again, it seems. This is a moment that the world vowed would never happen again. On the European continent, in the 21st century, in the year 2023, thousands of children are being shipped east to unknown camps, to unknown destinations by a criminal army operating on the order of a Russian tyrant. This is unacceptable. It reminds me of a story about danger. For many years in Czechoslovakia and later the Czech Republic, there was talk and mystery about an angel, the Angel of Prague, the man who organized the Kindertransport, the rescue of 669 Jewish children from Nazi death. He sensed the danger along with a small group of Western volunteers from England, from across Europe, who knew the fate that awaited. And they understood the British law that gave an opportunity for Jewish children in the Czechoslovakia occupied territories to leave the country before it was too late if they could meet the stringent refugee and immigration requirements. 669 children were handed to Nicholas Winton and his colleagues. In 1988, Nicholas Winton was 79 years old, and he was downsizing with his wife. She went into the attic of their house and found the old boxes with the old records. She delivered them to a historian, and very quickly it was understood that the Angel of Prague had been found. He was lured to a television studio under false pretenses for a show called That's Life. Nicholas Winton thought he was just a guest in the audience, not the star attraction. But during the show, they revealed the old boxes and the old records, and the people around him were asked to stand, and they identified themselves. They were the children, now men and women in their 50s and 60s and 70s. They were the middle-aged and elderly men and women who he had saved, who he had given life to. That is the difference that one human being can make in the lives of others. Because of the courage and bravery of one man, many, many lived. Nicholas Winton lived to be 106 years old. He was knighted by the Queen. But we should remember him because we should think about the hour of danger that he made a choice within. We should think about choices this week as politicians in America start to begin their campaigns for the presidency of the United States, where they ask for the power to make life and death decisions, where they ask for the power over war and peace. Nikki Haley announced her candidacy this week, and she lacks the guts to tell Donald Trump that he lost a presidential election. How would she have reacted in a circumstance like Nicholas Winton or like so many collaborators and cowards? 6,000 Ukrainian children have disappeared. They've been shipped east. to 43 camps. Where are they? This is a vital issue for the American president and American leaders to raise their voices against in bipartisan unity. The United States must stand for human liberty, human dignity. And there is no more appalling front than the theft of a child stolen from their parents, sent off to live with a strange family in a strange country, in a strange culture where they are to be assimilated for ideological and political reasons. It is indeed a crime against humanity, and the American people must lift their voices against it. This must be condemned. The American people are bystanders largely in this war that is playing out in Ukraine. But Americans should be aware of the dangers of European wars as they enter their first year and second and then third. History shows that they spread. It is important for the United States to be prepared. It is important for the United States to be ready. And it is important for the American people to understand the great danger that faces them at a moment of great trivia, silliness, and division in the United States.